Right. Hello. It feels so awkward. Oh my god. Henry, do my video for me, please. Please. Henry is my dog, in case you didn't know. He's on the bed, and I'm talking to him because I feel more comfortable talking to my dog on the bed than I do to this camera. This camera. Hello. Hey there. How's it going? What's up? What's up, fam? Hello. My name's Avery, and I am going to feel awkward introducing myself like that for a long time, so it is what it is. Today I'm going to be doing a video about something. I have it, I know what it is, I'm just not explaining it. Excuse me! It was Henry. Just gonna dive in. To the video. Dive in, do it. So, a couple years ago, I took a... Don't move the chair, Avery, that's gonna be distracting. Settle down. This is why they don't give kids swivel chairs, because they'll just do this all day and they won't pay attention and they won't make their videos like they're supposed to. But more specifically, I can't even get it out. A couple years ago, I took a speech class, a public speaking class, and one of the speeches we had to do was about ourselves. We had to do an introduction to who we were. One of the things that was required of this speech was for us to say our definition of success, what we thought success was and what success meant to us. And I thought that was a really interesting question. I got really nervous when I was giving my speech, and I didn't actually get to say what my definition of success was to the class because I'm not the greatest public speaker. And it went in and out. I didn't say it, but I'm gonna make a video about it now because I think it's such a cool, I don't know. I think it's important to talk about, they don't know. I think it's important to talk about what everyone's definition of success is because everyone's going to have a different idea of what success is and what success means to them, and I thought it would be an interesting video topic. I wanted to get people to think about their priorities and what they consider to be successful and what It's hard when you have a stuffed nose. Stuffed up nose. It's Jeffy, I can't breathe. Yeah, I thought it would be an interesting topic to discuss. So I'm gonna do it. That's the beauty of today. That's the beauty of today, You just get to do whatever you want. Success. Let's look it up in the dictionary. What is success? What is the definition of success in the dictionary? Success. How lame am I? It's like I'm writing a speech. Our graduation speech. The dictionary definition of success says that it is the accomplishment of an aim or purpose. The attainment of popularity or profit. There you go. A person or thing that achieves desired aims or attains prosperity. It was a pretty standard definition of success. A lot of people probably, when they think of success, they think of, like, what the dictionary says, popularity, being popular. A lot of people probably think of success in terms of monetary gains, making a lot of money, making so much money that they can buy whatever they want to. That's a lot of people's definition of success. And, you know, I think that's a big part of it. Being able to support yourself, being able to make enough money to buy the things that you want, that is successful, because if you couldn't afford the things that you wanted or needed, you probably wouldn't be considered a very successful person. But to me, my definition of success, being a successful person, has more to do with your character and your personality and the way that you present yourself to the world. To me, being successful means being yourself in every single situation that life throws at you and never wavering from that. Always staying true to yourself and never letting anyone else persuade you to act in a way that wouldn't be true to who you are as a person. And I think that, to me, is successful, is being successful and is success. Personally, I have a hard time being my true, authentic self all the time and acting in a way that is always me, because it's hard to do that, I think, to totally be yourself all the time, stay true to yourself all the time, because of all the people around you and all the situations around you. It's hard to let go of what others might think of you for being yourself, because a lot of people in this world are very judgmental of others, and so it's hard to put yourself out there all the time and be true to yourself. I've only met a few people in my life, like I can count them on my hands, people that I've met who have made me think, wow, that person is really secure and content with who they are. They don't care what anyone else thinks, and they don't need to prove themselves, and they will stay true to themselves all the time, no matter what. And those are my favorite people to be around. I think that's everyone's favorite kind of person to be around. But I haven't been around that many in my lifetime where I've truly felt that they were always authentic. I don't mean that everyone that walks around is fake and putting up a front. A lot of people are, but I think that a lot of people don't feel safe to be themselves all the time. People have a hard time being themselves. There's a fear to be completely and totally vulnerable because people could hurt you. And so it's easier to not act as yourself in certain situations and around certain people, just to protect yourself. And I mean, I do that. I sit there and tell myself that it shouldn't matter, that I don't care what other people think of me, but I do in a sense. And so I still struggle with being myself, and to me, being successful because I'm being myself. That makes sense, kind of. I think it really boils down to loving yourself and truly loving yourself. I mean, I love myself. Of course, I tell myself this. I love myself. I love parts of myself. And I think I love parts of myself more than other parts. I don't completely, fully love myself as I should. And if I did, I would be able to. Anyone who is fully comfortable being themselves truly loves themselves. In a sense, I do love myself. I do. But I don't always love myself, and I don't always love myself completely. Basically what I'm saying is my definition of success is being yourself, but in order to be yourself, you have to love yourself. So I guess my definition of success would be loving yourself, truly loving yourself. And that's where people struggle, because everyone wants to love themselves. It would be, if it was easy, everyone would, but then we would never learn anything, right? Everyone should love themselves. Everyone should love each other. That's my message. It's always going to be my message. Great. Examples. So maybe you're somebody who doesn't want to drink or do any drugs or anything like that, and you go out with your friends and they pressure you to drink, and you do. And in my personal opinion, that would make you an unsuccessful person, because you as an individual made the decision that you don't want to partake in certain activities such as drinking or doing drugs or anything like that, and you've sacrificed that part of yourself to fit in with your friends and to fit in with others. I think sex is a big one. Maybe you're a girl who isn't ready to have sex yet in her relationship, but she gets pressured into having sex with her boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever. In her mind, she's not ready, but she does something anyways, so that, you know, maybe she won't lose the person she loves or likes, or she won't be judged or anything like that. And again, I think that's makes you an unsuccessful person if you can't stay true to yourself, which sounds kind of harsh, but you're the person who matters the most. Your opinion of yourself is the only opinion that matters. Everyone else can go fuck off. Let me think of a personal example. I've never been a bully or anything like that, but I do remember a couple instances where I haven't been the nicest to other people, and I've done it because kids are mean, you know. When you're a kid, you want to fit in with everyone else, and you notice people who are different from you, and you'll point that out as if it's something negative or something that should be frowned upon. So I remember like instances of where I haven't been that nice. I remember one specific instance in middle school. We had like, I can't remember what they were called. They were like after school activities or something, like electives, but I was in knitting, and there was this boy who, he was young. I was wearing like it was like this cool rainbow zip up thing, and it was kind of knitted, and it looked like it had been knitted, and he came up and asked me, "Oh, did you make that?" And instead of just saying no, it's a factory thing, I was like, "Yeah, I did. I made this." And and he kept asking me, "Really?" And I thought it was funny to pretend like I had made it, and like I remember thinking like, "Oh, how dumb is he to believe me?" Not the nicest, I mean, not like the most mean thing ever in the world, but definitely not the nicest. And I did it because I thought it would be funny. I thought it would be funny to make him look stupid or something. I don't know, in my mind. And that is really something that's not true to myself and what I believe to be right. But I did it anyways because I thought it was, you know, the cool thing to do, or, you know, or that I needed to establish that I was older and cooler than him, so I had to put him down. And so I think in that moment I was a very unsuccessful person. But yeah, I just wanted to make a little video about what my definition of success is, and I would like anyone who's watching this video to think about what their definition of success is. And yeah, think about it, reflect, comment below, have a healthy discussion. But until next time, peace out, home skillets.